sometimes in this game the hardest thing to do is what you're supposed to do. And we were supposed to beat Georgetown, and if you would have played against Georgetown in early January and then saw the team that's playing for them now, they are vastly improved. They should have won at Xavier. They went right to the end at Seton Hall, close game right down to the end. So Ed has done a good job of trying to build his culture there. And I think you saw at times, especially in the second half, the explosive nature of some of their players offensively. So it was, defensively, I thought, except for the, start of the – weren't great at the start of the game. We weren't great at the start of the second half, but we had some really good stretches defensively where we got stops or forced turnovers and got out in transition. And, obviously Trey just shot the daylights out of the basketball, and, another game with a great assist-to-turnover ratio. And then, Baylor did something that's never been done before, and that's pretty cool stuff. These two, obviously, they mean a lot to our program. Their fingerprints are all over our success the last couple of years. And, what we do from here on out, in large part, is going to be determined by what these guys continue to do. They've been absolutely awesome.
Questions for the student-athletes first.
Baylor, we could hear how mad you were all the way from the hockey press box after you missed the 3 to end the half. Obviously, tough shooting half, but then you make history. Man. How did you just forget all that and just play through it?
Yeah, well, Coach always preaches next play, and obviously, my shots weren't going down tonight, and my teammates found me for open looks that they just weren't going in, and, I pride myself on being able to, impact the game in other ways, and, Trey had it going tonight, so I was really trying to find him. I mean, I would say half of my assists went to him, so got to tip the cap to him. So, it was a great team win overall. Obviously, I put up some good numbers, but that's more a team thing than individual, to be honest. So.
Hey, Baylor, obviously first triple-double in program history with the assists, going back to 1985, Benoit Benjamin with blocks. What's your reaction to getting a triple-double for the first time around here since '85? Yeah,
I mean it's a blessing. Obviously, I have to thank my coaches and teammates. Nothing would be possible without them, and they trust me to go out there and play a certain type of way. And so, like I said, my teammates were great tonight, and that's really the big reason why I was able to do what I was able to do. So.
When you found Kalkbrenner slipping, did you know that was?
Yeah.
I was telling him.
Yeah. Trey was telling me I was one away.
What are you doing looking at the scoreboard?
we came down and we're kind of in transition, and Trey was like, "No, we're running the play," because we knew that there was a chance that it would happen. So, like I said, it's just a team thing for sure.
Trey, what is it like being a team like you guys are and kind of celebrating the success of your teammates?
It's big. I think that this team is very well connected. I think that definitely one of the more connected teams I've been on in my whole basketball career. I think that it's just joy. Everybody's having fun. Everybody's talking. But it's basketball the way it's supposed to be played, and it's a locker room that we don't have any bad apples. So, I mean, it's just fun to play with this team, and, I mean, that's why I think special things are going to come in the future because we're so connected. We don't care who has the night as long as we get the win and we, like you said, celebrating who's ever having that night.
For you, was it good to finally see the three start to fall the way they did in that game?
Yeah, it was great. It was a great feeling. Mac was kind of telling me that he liked the way that I was keeping my follow through and things like that when I was shooting around earlier before the game. So just try to incorporate those things into the game. And obviously Baylor found me for most of my threes, so kudos to him as well. So.
Baylor, how much easier is it to pick up assists when you got a guy shooting as hot as Trey was tonight?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. We called a play at the end of the half, and normally we run it for Steve, but I said to make a change and run it for Trey because I knew that, he had hit multiple in the half, and like you said, when Trey gets it going, he's tough to stop. So I was just trying to get him in spots where he could be successful.
Trey, after the past couple of weeks, how big was it for you guys to have one of these that you didn't have to wait till the last possession and hang on to it?
Yeah, it's big. I think that obviously it's a vote of confidence for our team. Obviously we've had a couple tough losses and then we had a good win at Xavier. So, I mean, just for us to get that confidence back and get the train rolling again. So, I mean, it's going to be fun to go play at Butler. Hopefully we can not let them get almost 100 points this time, play a little defense. So that's the plan, and we're happy to be back in the W column, keep climbing.
Trey, what point did you realize Baylor was so close to that triple-double?
I looked up and I seen he just need one more assist, and then I knew that we had like a play that was kind of a back action for Kalk that Baylor would be catching and throwing it in. So I kind of told him, I said, we're going to stop our next fast break for you to run it and see if you can get it. So we kind of just stopped it, and then he got it. So that was pretty cool. I'm happy for him.
2 more for the guys.
Baylor, for you being from this state and being able to have a triple-double, does that just add an extra layer to it, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a special all-around feeling, just a lot of hard work paying off, and like I said, got to thank the coaches and teammates and everybody that's been a part of it that's gotten me to where I am today. So.
How big is it for you guys to see Jason get going? You had a pretty good game tonight.
I think it's big. I think he plays very hard. He gives us a different look at the 4 spot. He's more of a hard-nosed defender. He's able to get in there and rebound the ball offensively and defensively pretty well. So I'm glad that he was able to get a couple buckets tonight and a couple offensive rebounds, because I think he works pretty hard on both ends of the court, and I think that he brings a different dynamic to this team when he comes into the game. So Jason had a good night tonight.
All right, thanks, gentlemen.
Yep. Thanks, Coach. Congrats, man.
All right, we'll continue with questions for Coach.
Hey, Mac, you shared the court with Benoit Benjamin during your playing days, didn't you?
No. Jeez. If I did, he had one of those triple doubles that day. I was playing in the mid-'80s, but not against Creighton. That would not have been a good matchup.
What's your thoughts on it being that long since there's a triple double and just the way he went?
Yeah, it's really incredible, and I think we've had some guys close. I think Trey was close once maybe this year, and Baylor on another occasion. So I mean, like I said, those two do so much. We haven't even talked about how they impact the game defensively, but they just know how to play, and you can tell that they genuinely like playing basketball with each other. They're the end of last season, and a couple guys left, and new guys are coming in, and our core of Trey and Baylor and Kalk, they're leading this charge, and they did it in the off season, and they're still doing it today.
Mac, would you say Baylor is a good representative of the type of talent that can come from the state and compete on this type of thing?
Yeah, I mean, we've had some good players from the state. We hope to have some more. We got Isaac and Jason and Josiah right now as well. So, we try to do our best to keep the top talent at home if it's a fit for what we need at that particular time. And we were blessed to be able to get Baylor to join us last year, and then surprised and very excited when he decided to come back for another year. But to his credit, he decided to come back because he thought he could get better. He thought he could improve. Some guys say that and don't put in the work. Baylor said it, and he went to work. And he's improved his game defensively. He's so much better. His body's changed. He impacts the game in so many ways.
Mac, there was a point there in the first half where they couldn't really miss, and then you went with Bello, Trey, Baylor, Jason, and IT. What do you like from that group? I think it was the first time you used it all year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why. It just probably happened with the rotation. But, Bello really does – Bello does a lot of good things. He's really an unsung hero for this team. And Jason he's taken advantage of the minutes that he's gotten, and he continues to make progress in practice. And I've said it before, he missed the 6 worst weeks you could miss. The last 3 weeks of practice, the first 3 weeks of games. For a young player, you couldn't pick a worse time to miss in terms of stunning your development and your growth and making sure you're prepared when the games start. So he had to really fight back from that, and that was been a hard journey for him. But to his credit, he's put his head down, he's worked hard, he's stayed positive with himself, and now he's getting an opportunity. He's taking advantage of it.
I know you don't miss opportunities to kind of remind people of Baylor's greatness, but I mean, he was really frustrated in that first half because he wasn't shooting the ball well yet. The impact was there still.
Yeah, I mean, at halftime he had 7 assists or whatever he had, and 5 or 6 rebounds. And I told him walking off the court at halftime, I'm like, listen, man, you've exerted a lot of energy this week. This is our. Again, it was I believe it was wasn't it a Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday again? So 3 games in 7 days, and he's out there the whole time. I said, when you come back out the second half, let's just get your legs into a little bit more arc on it. It's just a little bit flat, and rightly so. It's been a tough 7-day grind. So he does so much for us, and he's his leadership and and the way he's about all the right stuff. He truly doesn't care. The guy could score no points, and as long as we win, he's happy. And the bottom line is he's a winner. If you look that up in the dictionary, his picture's right there. He's just about everything you're supposed to be about, to be a member of a sport where the team concept is so important.
They were attacking the paint a lot in the first half and only came away with 8 points from it. How big was Kalk tonight, especially in that first half?
He's big every game. The ones he blocks, the ones he changes, the ones they don't take, because he's back there. And he's just, he's like Trey and Baylor. He does so much, and I hope our fans really appreciate and enjoy the remainder of their careers. And Baylor's obviously done, and we're not sure what Trey and Kalk are going to do, and we'll wish them the best whatever they do. But take a step back and enjoy what you're seeing, because it's really rare in this day and age to have three guys that are so selfless in the society that we live in now, and that really, really, truly put the team first. And you just, we're not going to realize what Ryan Kalkbrenner does until he's not back there anymore. We built this defense that's been, essentially a top 30 defense for the last 3 years around his skill set. But building it around him and then having him do it is two very different things. His job's very difficult, what he has to do back there. And the way he does it without fouling and understanding when to jump, when to stay on the floor, it's pretty incredible. And the rim challenge at the end of the Xavier game against Desmond Claude is one of the best I've ever seen at the college level. He met a great player at the rim and won that battle at a critical juncture of that game.
Mac,
Two more.
Mac, if Trey can start consistently that three-point shot back like you saw tonight, does that change the kind of ceiling for this team at all?
Yeah. Teams have gone under some screens on him at times. Everybody forgets he led the Big East in three-point shooting last year in conference play only, so that's what he's capable of. Now, he's added a lot more ball handling duties to his role this year, and obviously he's shooting more shots. But, he stayed after shoot around 30 minutes probably after we were all done, working on his shot, and that's when I mentioned to him, the high follow-through and stick with it. It looked good, and but he puts the time in, and so I'm not surprised, but it just adds another dimension because his ability to get to his mid-range shot is one of the best in the country. So if you have to run him off the three-point line, you're really asking for trouble.
As a team, 17 threes, 47%. He was a big part of that. What did you think of the overall ball movement and shot selection from three tonight?
Yeah, it was good. 25 assists on 34 made field goals. That's Creighton basketball. That's the way we want to play.
Thank you.
Thanks.